Hello, welcome to my channel. Before I started watching the Boracity magazine's whole hour session of BTS Discography, I wasn't sure how long it was going to take for me to watch the whole thing. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to upload the entire thing or I should break it down into pieces. So after finish the whole video, I've decided to make it into a three-part session. So you will see part one, part two, and part three in the description. And let's go. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm not gonna waste any time because it's gonna be a long video that I'm going to watch today. And my poor camera has very limited memory, so I will need to do 30 minutes segment at a time. Depending on how I see it, I might upload multiple sections each time, or I might break it out into part one, part two, part three, part four, whatever. It depends. But anyway, we're going to study BTS discography, and we all know that they have so many songs. And thanks to Boracity magazine, she put out a study guide, I think, about the discography, different eras. And without further ado, let's learn about BTS discography and songs and albums and all that wonderful stuff. Okay, so there's a long thing here, and as I did last time, I'm going to read it later.
There are many great introduction videos to BTS out
Yes.
there, but most of them introduce a member's journey.
Yes, and I think I've watched four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have not watched the Who's BTS 2021 unhelpful guy on the upper right hand corner. Also the one right below that, the crackhead guy. I have not watched that. And I know there is I think most people watch the Taylor one, the one on the upper right side, and the Celeste. So anyway, I watched 4 out of 6. If there's any other, and also the Most Beautiful Life Goes On by the Rice Squad, I believe. Yes, and one thing I have to say that I love all of them, but I just kind of feel maybe I'm a Jin bias. I just feel like when they talk about Jin, it's always worldwide handsome, stuff like that, and then they go over very briefly that he didn't have any singing or dancing background, but very quickly cover that. So a lot of time people don't catch that. But anyway, today is about discography, not about the members. So let's go.
Achievements and personalities. This is very important
I'm hoping today's about discography because that's what it says. Introduction.
information for new fans to know,
Chapter
but in
1.
this video, I will introduce you to their most important contribution,
Thank you.
their discography. BTS's discography can be a little confusing to understand
Yes.
because it doesn't work like most Western discographies or even K-pop discographies. They have official songs, unofficial songs, tracks that are technically not songs, compilation albums, solo songs that are BTS songs, solo songs that are not BTS songs, Korean albums, Japanese albums, English singles, and so much more. So
That's a lot to digest. And again, I want to thank Boracity magazine for putting this together because I might know I might be an army and I might love their music, but I'm sure there are a lot of songs that I don't know. Well, I do not listen to albums in entirety most of the times. I only did that at the later stage, starting from B or actually from 7. Yes, from 7 on, I listened to the entire album, but before that, it's like a song here, a song there. So most likely, I might not know which song goes into which album, other than the iconic ones, right? In the Love Yourself or Black Swan and Tear. We know this in the Wings series, I believe. Anyway, let's continue.
try to explain all of that. If you're already an ARMY, I hope this guide can help you understand
Yes,
the timeline of
thank
BTS's
you.
discography and maybe even discover some songs you
Yes.
haven't listened to before.
Yes,
and
yes.
if you're not a fan, I hope this guide can help you understand the basics of BTS's discography and eras
Yes.
and find the songs with the genres you like the
School, youth, temptation, yes. And self-acceptance. Oh, personal, okay. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay.
the most. I won't spoil the songs for you. I will just quickly hint how they sound and what the themes are, so you can discover by yourself if it's something you're interested in. To start, BTS's music is currently in what they call a Chapter 2, which includes a variety of solo projects.
And I love chapter 2. There are a lot of collabs, but
All promoted as BTS's projects, as well as new BTS songs with all the members. But since Chapter 2 just started and is still ongoing, in this video I will only talk about Chapter 1 because it's still
Okay.
so extensive that even fans can miss some of it. So this is BTS's story explained only through their music. BTS officially debuted in 2013, but it all started in 2007. Namjoon, who later
Okay.
became the first member and the leader of BTS,
Okay. Let me just take a little break first because I think we're going to dive into the whole thing. And she speaks very fast this time. I think she's trying to cram all the information into this 1 hour video. I might have to pause and go back just so you know.
started
Like
in
that.
2007. Namjoon, who later became the first member and the leader of BTS, started sharing his rapping and songwriting on online platforms around the age of 14. The oldest songs people could find of him were under the name Ranch Randa, and they go back to
Oh, wait a
2006.
second. Do I have CC? CC is on. Okay. Okay.
Later this year, Namjoon, who we know today as RM, started using the name Largo.
Oh, she got the timeline on the side. Oh my god, Boracity magazine is so good. After this reaction, actually, I might have to go back and watch over and over again just to make sure I understand everything because it's just so much information. Jungle.
Alongside Ranch Randa to unofficially share his songs. Participating mostly in collaborations, he mainly used samples of famous hip-hop songs to write his own Korean raps. He then performed these songs with other underground rappers. The majority of them disappeared from the rap world, but some became well-known rappers in South Korea.
I have to go back to listen to all those. I did not know any of those. Again, thank you, Boracity magazine.
Years after. RM worked with the rappers Changmo, who back then was called Loop, Supreme Boy, who was called Suprema, Zico, who was called Naxo, and Ugly Duck, who kept his name. In 2009, RM continued being part of collaborations, now mostly under the name Randa. This was a time when RM gained popularity in the South Korean underground rap scene, especially after the release of the 2009's second 94liners group rap. Along with other rappers, RM became part of the rap crew DNH. These songs from 2008 and 2009 were recognized by the rapper Sleepy, who told his friend and Big Hit producer P-Dog to check out the music of a talented underground rapper who was still in high school. After meeting RM, Big Hit decided to form a hip-hop group with RM in its center. This group was Bulletproof Boys, which they abbreviated as BPB. BPB had three rappers, RM, Iron, and Supreme Boy. As BPB, RM released Dreaming and 17 Part 1, and with the other members, BPB released Hook Gayo, Ashes, and We Are BPB.
Oh, this is the part 1.
Although BPB did not have an official debut, they featured on Love You Hate You by 2AM. This song is technically RM's first official song representing BTS. All the songs I've talked about before this one can only be listened to because of re-uploads, but you can listen to Love You Hate You in every streaming platform since it's officially credited to BTS.
Oh. You can
Later
tell
this year,
that's
Big
him
Hit
already.
had a rap competition in which contestants had to use one of 4 tracks, 2 produced by RM and 2 produced by Iron. A 17-year-old named Yoongi decided to use RM's 17 track to audition, and he won the first online round. At the rap battle final, Yoongi landed in second place with the songs Swagger and Dex. Although only the first place was promised a spot in Big Hit, Yoongi was invited to also join Big Hit.
Oh, okay, so only the first one because, I've watched the other member introduction videos before, and they talk about that, he ended second, but he was signed up as a producer, right? So, the thought crossed my mind was like, why do they specifically say that he did not win first prize, but he was not the first, but he was signed up. So apparently only the first one was promised. If you did not get the first place, they will not even sign you even for any other position. So that was an exception for Yoongi to be signed as a producer, even though he did not win the competition. So I did not even know that, until thank you Boracity magazine for explaining to me or to us that was the reason. Oh, okay.
And recorded 2 songs he performed in the competition. In
I'm
2011,
sorry.
RM Big Hit and recorded 2 songs
Okay.
he performed in the competition. In 2011, RM, still representing BPB, was featured in the pop song Bad Girl, which is still accessible on SoundCloud and YouTube, and the
Bad
ballad
Girl.
Because I'm a Foolish Woman, which is accessible in every streaming platform. Additionally, RM
Oh, again, Boracity magazine. She actually put a little icon next to where they are, so it's green check marks everywhere. If it's not, it's a SoundCloud and YouTube. Oh my god, she is so damn good. Oh my god. If you have not subscribed to Boracity magazine, stop your video right now. Go over there. I'll put a link in the description. Go subscribe to her channel because she's just amazing.
RM unofficially released Glory as himself, enrolling with his previous rap crew DNH. During this time, there were many changes in the BPB lineup. Big Hit discovered the street dancer Jung Ho-seok and decided to make Yoongi, who we know today as Suga, and Ho-seok, who we know today as J-Hope, become part of the group alongside RM
So they
and the
are
other 2
five.
rappers. Up until this point, the group was clearly intended to be a hip-hop rap group, but
Yes.
Big Hit thought about transforming BPB into a hip-hop idol group with a rap line and
Is that our J-Hope?
Kid thought about transforming BPB into a
That's
hip-hop
RM.
idol group
Is that J-Hope?
with a rap line and a vocal line. The guy who won the rap competition against Suga was eventually not a fit for the group. The previous 2 BPB rappers were also not a fit for the group. The official lineup was RM, Suga, and J-Hope, but among the many trainees competing to be part
Oh my god, I'm gonna get closer to the computer because my eye ain't that great. So I see Jin in the second row, I see Jimin, Jungkook next to Suga, and I see RM here. Is that Jimmy? No, that's not Jimmy in the back. Okay, the only people I recognize is RM, Suga, JK, and Jin. Anybody else? I don't know. Anyway, continue.
of the group
Oh my
either as
God.
rappers or singers were Jin, who was street casted, and Jungkook, who wasn't
Okay,
selected
I'm so sorry. I was not listening. I was just mesmerized by Jin. Okay, let's go back. Sorry about that.
RM, Suga, and J-Hope. But among the many trainees competing to be part of the group either as rappers or singers were Jin, who was street casted, and Jungkook, who wasn't selected for a TV singing competition, but was called by 7 music
That we
agencies.
know.
Jungkook decided to join the small agency Big Hit because of RM's talent. This new RM, Suga, J-Hope lineup was abbreviated as BTS, standing for Bangtan Sonyeondan, which is Bulletproof Boy Scouts in Korean. This technically new group unofficially released the original song Satori Rap, which became a characteristic style for BTS's future
Yes.
songs. After this song, Taeyeon, who we know today as V, joined Jin and Jungkook in the trainees lineup. RM and J-Hope, representing BTS, featured in Lee Seung-gi's ballad The Song That Will Make You Smile, which he officially released in 2020 in every streaming platform and credited RM and J-Hope as BTS. In 2012, only a year before BTS's official debut, a lot happens. Many trainees leave and a new trainee named Jimin joins. This makes the BTS lineup 8 members, but one of them eventually leaves, making the
The guy who left, right? Because I did watch the video. Well, I'll put a link somewhere. I don't know. It might not be here, but somewhere. That I think there was I know there was a video called I Was Almost in BTS that he was eliminated. And now he's a YouTuber. Yeah, I watched that. So BTS was 7 before, so I did not. So yeah, thank you. When I was watching that video, one of the viewer, I thought that Jin replaced him because he was talking about how who was in the room, but he did not mention Jin. I thought that Jin replaced him, and one of the viewer actually told me that Jin did not replace him. So there was a 8 people group, then 1 left.
joins. This makes the BTS lineup 8 members, but one of them eventually leaves, making the group a 7-member group, 3 rappers, 4 vocalists. Around this time, RM composes more music.
I wonder the person who left, was he a rapper or was he a singer? I don't think that video covered that.
Music than ever, and two events happen. Suga gets into a car accident,
Yes.
critically injuring his shoulder, and J-Hope leaves BTS.
Yes.
I'm mentioning these two events because they are reflected in BTS's discography. Suga's injury becomes the subject for some of his future songs.
Yes.
About J-Hope leaving the group, we don't exactly know why this happened, but he mentioned how hard it was for him to live far away from his family. In the end, Jungkook convinced J-Hope to stay, and RM convinced Big Hit to fight for J-Hope since he was a vital part of BTS. So as soon as J-Hope is back, he is a featured artist in the Jopon song Animal, and he becomes the first BTS member to perform on a K-pop TV show. With the 7 members we know today, BTS releases 2 adaptations of hip-hop songs with unofficial videos, A Typical Trainee's Christmas and Let's Introduce Bangtan Room.
Oh, I did
Only
not know
6
that.
months before
Okay,
their debut, A Typical Trainee's
I knew about this Typical Training Christmas. I think Jin was saying last Christmas I gave you my heart, right?
Christmas and Let's Introduce Bangtan Room. Only 6 months before their debut, BTS unofficially releases multiple songs to gain people's attention, including adaptations of songs by DJ Khaled, Kendrick Lamar, Marcus Houston, J. Cole, and the most popular pre-debut BTS song, Graduation Song, which samples Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa's Young, Wild and Free. BTS continues releasing unofficial songs and freestyles sampling tracks by Nicki Minaj, Common, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and T.I.
Oh my god, hold on.
Sampling tracks by Nicki Minaj, Common, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
I did not know most of the song. I think the only one I'm aware of is Adult Child and Graduation Song and School of Tears. And nothing else. Holy shit. I'm gonna get busy this summer.
And T.I. BTS teased their official debut on May of 2013 with a debut trailer which was later called Intro Too Cool for School, and then officially made their debut with the album Too Cool for School on June 12 of 2013. This is how BTS albums tend to work in Chapter 1. They release 2 or 3 mini albums and then a full studio album. These 2 or 3 albums that have the same theme are part of an era or a trilogy. The mini albums can
Whoa.
Release 2 or 3 mini albums and then a full studio album. These 2 or 3 albums that have the same theme are part of an era or a trilogy. The mini albums can either be a single album or an EP, which have 2 to 5 songs. BTS's first album is a single album because it technically has only 3 songs. This is common in BTS's first albums. There is an intro, an interlude, an outro, and a skit. A skit is not a song. It's usually a conversation between the BTS members that reflects the story of the album. Since these albums tell the members' thoughts and experiences, the skits show BTS's story and milestones.
I will have to say that even the intro, the interlude, and outro are not official songs. Some of them are so good. I think in the I forgot which era. The different mix of the Butterfly. One of those, I think the prologue of Butterfly was so good. So good.
Additionally, some albums have hidden songs, which you can only listen to on the physical CD. Each album has a title track, which is the main single they are promoting.
And the title track is not necessarily the first song. Okay.
With a music video and a follow-up promoted track, which is the second single or song that may or may not have a music video, but that they will perform on TV shows. In K-pop terms, it's a promoted B-side, and in Western music terms, it's a follow-up. So with that in mind, let's see the story of BTS's first album. Too Cool for School is the beginning of what is known today as the School Trilogy.
So those are the albums. I don't have all of their albums. I think the only one I have is Too Cool for School of Affair. What do I have? I think School of Affair.
The songs from this era are either hip-hop, R&B.
Oh, I have the School of Affair special edition one. I got it secondhand from another army. So I got everything except for the poster and the photo card.
or a fusion of both genres. The first song, We Are Bulletproof Part 2, is a continuation of We Are BPB with the old lineup. In this song, BTS reaffirms their story of how they became a group, how despite being young, they had strong music ambitions. This is what made them bulletproof.
Bang, bang, we just sing like
In skit Circle Room Talk, they introduce the theme of the album. After graduating, do they want an office job or follow their music dreams? This is a transition to No More Dream, the album's title track and promoted single. Its main theme was, of course, young people's dreams or lack of dreams and passion. Interlude is an instrumental transition from BTS's heavy rap side to their R&B side. The first R&B track is Like, a song about high school romance and social media. An outro Circle Room Cypher is a fun skit in which BTS jokingly rap battles each other. The last two tracks are hidden tracks, which means that they are only part of the physical CDs. Path, also known as Road, tells
So I think most of those hidden tracks are now available on SoundCloud, I believe. People re-upload them on SoundCloud because I remember hearing Path before on SoundCloud.
their feelings during the years when the group was coming
And Seed also, right?
together and wondering what will be the end of the road. These concerns are expanded in RM's spoken poem Skit on the Start Line. All of these album's lyrics were composed by the rap line. After this, BTS explained their passion to perform in the unofficial song Born Singer, which samples J. Cole's Born Sinner, and it becomes one of BTS's most important songs in their careers. BTS's second official project is the EP Oh Are You Late To, which starts with a hip-hop intro performed by RM. The title track and lead single is N.O., a protest on how the South Korean education system turns students into studying machines.
Yeah, I think that is very typical across most Asian countries, that you study and study and study, and there's an entrance test for every stage, right? So you need to pass tests to advance to high school and to college. Unlike in the US, you just go from middle school to high school automatically, depending on which school district you're in, you just go. But at least where I came from, Taiwan, at least when I was growing up there, I don't know about the school system right now over there, but when I was growing up, I left the country before I need to take the test for high school, but my sister went through the whole thing. So it wasn't fun. It was very stressful for her.
Because BTS debuted as a hip-hop idol group, RM and Suga received backlash from the underground rap scene they were once part of. Their first response to the criticism was the hip-hop track We On, in which they affirmed that they will not pay attention to the hate. An example of their determination is clear in Skit Are You Happy Now, an audio recorded at 6 a.m. of the members discussing their music path. This is a transition to the hip-hop song If I Rule the World. The R&B track of the album is Coffee, a love song told through coffee metaphors. The next song is BTS Cypher Part 1, the first of 4 cyphers performed by the rap line. In this first one, the rappers introduce themselves as the new kids who want to show their talents to the world. Attack on Bangtan, also translated as The Rise of Bangtan, has a similar message, but it has a funkier sound. The funny thing about this song is that it jokingly predicts their future success. The BTS members announce their arrival to the music industry and wonder what will happen if BTS rises.
The whole world!
The next track is the rap line's pre-debut song Satori Rap, now being officially released by the 7 BTS members.
So those are the two. Okay, I remember seeing Satori Rap and I remember seeing this bad, you know. I didn't know they were the same song. I didn't pay attention to them, to be honest with you.
Under the name Paldogang-san. The last track is Outro Love in School, the first song ever performed exclusively by the vocal line, which introduces the theme of the third part of the school trilogy. But before continuing the school trilogy, BTS released 8 unofficial songs in SoundCloud and YouTube. Beautiful is one of their most popular adaptations and it samples Mariah Carey and Miguel's Beautiful.
They actually have a video for unofficial songs. I watched this before, I know.
BTS also released two Christmas songs, Perfect Christmas, performed by Jungkook, RM, and other big hit artists at the time, and A Typical Idol's Christmas, an adaptation by the other 5 members not part of the first Christmas song. The last official part of the school trilogy was the 2014 EP A School Love Affair, introduced by the rap line. The album's main theme is young romance, and it has the hip-hop rock song Boy in Love as its title track. In Skid Soulmate, the BTS members ask each other what the album's theme should be, and it introduces the next 2 R&B pop tracks. Where You From, in which the boy in love meets and starts talking to someone they like, and Just One Day, in which they profess their love. The last 5 songs basically summarize the whole school trilogy themes: dreams, identity, protest, determination, and love. Representing dreams is Tomorrow, a song about following your dreams despite opposition from others. This track is an R&B hip-hop mix that works as a transition to the heavier hip-hop tracks. Representing identity is BTS Cypher Part 2 Triptych, in which the rap line were the insults from other rappers with pride, showing that they have the abilities and bravery of underground rappers but the success of idol stars. Representing protest is Spinebreaker, a song about the way past generations made today's society obsessed with material possessions. Representing determination is Jump, which showcases their perseverance in a positive, happy light. And representing love is Outro Propose, the vocal lines R&B track about falling in love. After the release of these 3 albums part of the school trilogy, the BTS members released some unofficial songs, including 95 Graduation, also known as Graduation Part 2, performed by Jimin and V, who were born in 1995.
So is this graduation song the same as the other one? I know it's part 2, so now I'm confused. I'm all messed up right now. So I don't know which one I heard. Did I hear the old one or the new one? I don't know. Whatever, it's okay. The more the merrier.
But soon after, BTS released a special edition of School Love Affair with the original 10 tracks and 2 new R&B tracks. Miss Right, which served as the title track,
was a lot of songs on this album, that's right.
and Like Slow Jam Remix, which is a jazzier version of the.
I love this particular album. They have so many songs that I really enjoy. My favorite, of course, is Just One Day, and then followed by, I think it's Miss Right. I do like Miss Right. You my only girl, right? I like that song, Miss Right, right? So yeah, I think I really love this album. Unfortunately, I don't have the poster.
Their previous release song, Like. Additionally, they released the instrumentals for 6 of the album's songs. Then Namjoon unofficially releases.
You know what? I bought the album, but I've never listened to the songs from the album on the CD. I just bought them. I went up and I kind of look at them, but I never ever played the CD. I don't think the CD ever left the box. Okay.
Unpack Your Bags on SoundCloud for 6 of the album's songs. Then Namjoon unofficially releases Unpack Your Bags on SoundCloud, a hip-hop track produced by DJ Soulscape. Since Japan is the second biggest music market in the world, it's common for Korean artists to release Japanese versions